Well, I mean, this has been in the go for a while, hasn't it? Um, this was given to me, I don't know, how long ago now? A year and a half ago. And it's just been sat in the back of the garage ever since. It's an Elswick copper. Not entirely sure of the age. I think it might be 70s buy. We'll have to check out the video before. But yeah, I'm not gonna restore it. The paintwork is pretty good on it. It's got a little, a few bits of rust here and there. The sun is just coming out. But what I'm going to do is just make it into a bit more of a path racer style. So it's got all the rod brakes on it. I'm going to keep the front rod brake, do away with the rear because it's going to be fixed. Wow, that sun has really come out. And yeah, change the bars, give everything a good clean down. Saddle's going to be changed, and that is going to be about it. So it's just going to be a little tidy up, a little conversion into a path racer, and then hopefully I'd better pass it on to someone else who enjoy it, because I've already got my path racer. I've got 2 path racers already, so this will be a third. But I think the geometry looks quite nice, and it will suit the bars that I've got for it. Should work, but we'll see. First, a clean. Okay, this just is not going to work like this. I need to strip it down first because I need to get in all the nooks and crannies. So yeah, we're going to strip it. Okay, well, that's all stripped down now. Look at the sun. So yeah, a lot of tidying to do now, a lot of cleaning. So I clean all this frame up, spray it down, get all the grease off, clean up all the bottom brackets and the headset bearings and all that, and all the parts that I'm going to reuse, and we can get to rebuilding. you know, that's alright. That is alright, you know. Really happy with how that's turned out. I mean, it's only a quick build. Mainly stripping it down and cleaning it up, but they're converting it into more of a path racer style. But it's come out really nice. The frame is cleaned up actually really well. Wasn't expecting that. I mean, you can still see some of the boxing, the lining on it. It's got all the original decals on there, and just removing the rear brake makes it a bit cleaner. So the frame was just cleaned down with, you know, some muck off spray, cleaned that all up, then polished it over with some T-cut, and then finally sealed it with some boiled linseed oil, and it's kept all the original decals on there. And you can see a bit of lining left on this one, but the lining is even more visible where the clamps used to be. So there used to be a clamp there, obviously, for the Sturmey Archer. So that should be how bright. Hey kid. That should be how bright the lining is. Unfortunately, it does fade over time. Obviously, it's just a little layer of paint. So, what did I say this bike is? Like 60s? Tory, at the garage. So, what with this bike being like 60s, maybe. All those years of use, it's faded, and you can see how some of the paint has chipped away to reveal the I think it's like a bonderized enamel protective coat underneath, so that's showing. And yes, there are a couple of places which that has worn away and it's now rust, but the what do you call it, the boiled linseed oil should seal that, should stop it from getting too much worse. But I really like this original finish. What about you, Torv? The original saddle was a middle bore mattress style, so I just swapped it out for this leatherettes, which is pretty nice. There's a bit of just wear on the corners, which I'll just glue down, but yeah, it's a nice solid saddle that I've had for a couple of years, and I was saving it for this really. Handlebars, the business end of things in a sense. I've swapped out those. They were raised bars. The originals, you know, obviously had the 2 rod brakes on there, but now we've got no rear. I've decided to put these on. These came off the Royal Enfield that I nabbed some parts off for another build. So the handlebars look really nice on this. You can ride with them just cruising around, obviously holding onto the grips. And if you do need that extra power braking, you've got this Bobby Dodger on here. So that is just clamped to the stem, and when you need to brake, you're just pulling it up. And I rode around on it, you can just hold on to the stem area around here, and it's actually quite comfortable. So that works quite well. I do need to replace the pads on the doohickey on the brake, so they'll get a bit better, but you know, there's not much movement needed on there to activate it, and it's pretty good. That keeps on moving. The wheels and tyres, you might notice, these are the ones that I built for my Hercules Path Racer. They are Westwick style rims, so you can use them for the Endrick style calipers or the Westwood style rod brakes. So they're best of both worlds. They are built up with stainless spokes. The rims are just chrome steel, but unfortunately the last person to have them decided to scratch them up quite a bit. And it's got the dynamo hub on the front. They have got the Schwalbe Delta Cruisers on there, which, you know, the cream really sets it off against the green. So yeah, I thought they would go on here, and I'm going to build up another set out of new alloy rims for the Hercules. The original crankset cleaned up a treat, and there's still lots of life left in those teeth, so I've reused it. There's no Williams marking on it, but it does echo a Williams crankset, and I've just left the original pedals on there at the moment. They are stamped Elswick on the rubber blocks, so they should be good for a while. But ideally, you know, with a fixed gear, you probably want to have some with clips on there, so you can actually pull back on the pedal to use it as a brake. And I guess finally to the rear, we've just got the rear wheel that I built up again for the Hercules, 40 hole hub. I can't remember what tooth it is on the cog, I think it might be a 16. So there's a bit of speed in this bike if you can shift the weight. And we do actually have the rear facing dropouts with the dropout adjusters, which is awesome. It will hold it in place even more. The mud guards have been fixed further up, so the eyelets would normally go around the axle. There's not enough space on there, and because it's fixed I don't really want them on there. So the previous owner actually drilled a hole here already, so I've just used that to bolt it on, and I drilled a hole on the other side, so that is held in place. So there we go, just a quick transformation of this Elswick hopper. Gone from a 3-speed, fully rod braked bike to a simpler, a much simpler, a much cleaner fixed gear with a bobby dodger, and some sort of drop handlebars, slight drop to give it that path racer vibe, and it's turned out really well. So I think this one will be up for sale. We'll see. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I'm going to take it out for a ride now. I've got someone, I mean it's Sunday morning right now, so I've got someone popping around in a minute to pick up some bits, and I'll get this edited and then we can show it to the world. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey kid.